Hi, the name of this Blender video tutorial is Multiple Blender Cameras. Blender allows modelers to incorporate multiple cameras in a Blender scene. However, only one of the camera objects can be designated as the active camera, the camera view that is sent to the Blender render engine. Nevertheless, there are still some good reasons to add multiple cameras to a Blender scene. For instance, you may want to render images of your model from various viewpoints, or you may want to render an animation from various viewpoints and composite them later. To demonstrate multiple cameras, I've placed a monkey object in my Blender scene. The monkey object has a red material attached to it. I'll render the scene using the default Blender camera. The monkey object is rendered from a mid-distance viewpoint. If you're going to use multiple Blender cameras, it's a good idea to name them so that you can easily recognize each camera position or function. I'll select the default camera object and rename it Camera Mid-Shot. I'll go to Top View and add a new camera object. I'll name this object Camera Long Shot. I'll add a third camera object and name it Camera Close-Up. We now have three camera objects: Camera Mid-Shot, Camera Long Shot, and Camera Close-Up. Currently, the Camera Mid-Shot is the active camera. I'll select the Camera Long Shot object and go to View, Cameras, Set Active Object as Camera. This makes the Camera Long Shot object the active camera. Since the Camera Long Shot is pointed straight down, we do not see anything in the camera view. I'll go back to Front View and adjust the 3D display. Then, with the Camera Long Shot still selected, I'll go to View, Align View, Align Active Camera to View. The shortcut for this command is Ctrl-Alt-Numpad 0. This aligns the active camera, which is the Camera Long Shot, to the view displaying a long perspective view of the monkey object. Note that when you are in camera view, you can adjust the position of the camera, not the object, by pressing the G key or grab. This is useful to fine-tune some up and down or side-to-side positioning for the active camera. You can also press Shift-F, which places the camera into fly mode, and use your scroll wheel to move in or out. Now, fly mode is somewhat tricky to use with a stationary camera setup. I'll select the Camera Close-Up object and go to View, Cameras, Set Active Object as Camera. This makes the Camera Close-Up object the active camera. Since the Camera Close-Up is pointed straight down, we do not see anything in the camera view. I'll go back to Front View and adjust the 3D display. Then, with the Camera Close-Up still selected, I'll press Ctrl-Alt-Numpad 0. This aligns the active camera, which is the Camera Close-Up, to the view displaying a close-up perspective of the monkey object. We now have three scene cameras aligned to three different views. In the Outliner panel, I'll select the Camera Mid-Shot object. I'll then press Ctrl-Numpad 0 to make it the active camera. I'll then render the scene. In the Outliner panel, I'll select the Camera Long Shot object. I'll then press Ctrl-Numpad 0 to make it the active camera. I'll then render the scene. In the Outliner panel, I'll select the Camera Close-Up object. I'll then press Ctrl-Numpad 0 and make it the active camera. I'll then render the scene.